Guys, there really are going to be empty shelves and goods we cannot get within the next couple of weeks, and it's only going to get worse over the coming months.
Hey y'all, hey, it is your favorite girl Mel B, and I'm coming to give you the news you can use. Breaking news, prime news. Put your ear to the screen and listen very closely, because we have to come up with a plan. We can't panic and can't live in fear. That means we gotta know what to do next.
We have felt entitled in this country to freedom, to democracy, to human rights, to unlimited food and crap to buy.
Every store like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid I've been coming to lately have empty shelves. Like, I'm confused. Like, are all of the stores going to close down?
So I'm in Dollar General, or Dollar Tree rather. The shelves are bare.
Have you guys seen the ports? If you haven't seen the ports, go ahead and look in your search bar for Los Angeles ports or Seattle ports, because it is being reported they're an absolute ghost town.
Okay, another week and I'm at another grocery store, and yeah, this one, I'm seeing some empty shelves.
Look, y'all, it's so motherfucking bad in California that they don't have no extra anything you get.
Empty grocery shelves in America, something we used to see only in movies or during natural disasters. But now, it's becoming normal. People walk into stores and find basic items missing: bread, eggs, baby formula, medicines, even fresh produce. And the scary part, this is not a one-time glitch. This is the warning sign of a system that's starting to crack. Today, we're breaking down why shelves across America are going empty. And the answer goes way beyond simple shortages. It's about global trade wars, broken supply chains, corporate greed, and a world that's becoming more unstable by the month. And before we dive in, we're getting close to our next subscriber milestone. So if you're finding value in these videos, hit that subscribe button and help us reach it. It really pushes us forward.
Every store like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid I've been coming to lately have empty shelves. Like, I'm confused. Like, are all of the stores going to close down? Like, everything's an empty shelf. You know, they already closed down the dollar stores. Walgreens are closing. A lot of Walgreens are closing. I'm assuming the store is going to close soon, like all the others.
It's really crazy to me that people aren't freaking out about the fact that basically all American stores are going to be empty in like 5 or 6 weeks, just because our president's tariffs essentially doubles anything that's not from America in price, meaning that any sensible business owner could not buy any foreign good to sell anymore, right? So what does that mean? That means that the stores are just going to be empty. Okay, people are panic buying stuff because they know this is coming, and they're not going to have anything to replace it. All we have is our American companies, and American companies just do not cover the full range of stuff that America buys. Okay, and given the fact that the president is actively bullying companies for informing their customers about why things are going to be more expensive, everything's just going to be empty and no one's going to understand why. So I'm telling you now, and I'm also telling you, if you have any kind of savings whatsoever, don't save up for the vacation, save up for like toilet paper, canned foods, and things like that, because America's going to have nothing pretty soon.
America is about to learn how good we actually used to have it. The ports are empty. Food isn't coming in. Goods are not coming in. Everyone who works in the shipping industry is saying we are about to face a crisis much bigger than the empty shelves during COVID. We have felt entitled in this country to freedom, to democracy, to human rights, to unlimited food and crap to buy. We got lazy and we did nothing to maintain those freedoms and those rights. We assumed that other people would do it. We stopped valuing our own education. We stopped reading. We stopped being kind to other people. We got completely hell-bent on having more stuff, on having more money, on having more whatever, having more fucking Botox in our faces. a false ladder that we were taught to climb. And I don't know if this current iteration of Americans has it in them to survive the Great Depression, Part 2, but I don't know if we're going to have a choice, babe.
For years, the US depended on cheap global imports, especially from China. Most Americans don't even realize how much of their daily groceries rely on international suppliers, from packaging materials to fertilizers to basic ingredients. But once the US-China trade war escalated, everything shifted. Tariffs jumped, trade restrictions tightened, shipping slowed. And suddenly, the world's biggest supplier wasn't supplying like before. America built an entire system assuming global trade would always run smoothly. Now that the system is shaking, the cracks are showing right on the shelves. America's supply chain was never built for chaos. It was built for just-in-time efficiency. That means stores don't keep big backup inventories. They rely on constant deliveries, nonstop production, and perfectly timed logistics. But here's the reality today. There aren't enough truck drivers, ports are backed up or understaffed, farms are struggling with fertilizer, feed, and fuel prices. Major processing plants are operating below capacity, shipping routes are unreliable because of global tensions. When even one link in the chain weakens, shelves empty fast. Right now, every link is weak at the same exact time, and that's why Americans walk into stores and can't find basics.
Guys, there really are going to be empty shelves and goods we cannot get within the next couple of weeks, and it's only going to get worse over the coming months. Here's the deal. The last ships from China are arriving in the coming days. They're not going to be sending anymore. They're not. And other countries have already said, hey, we're not going to send medical supplies. So now we're looking at potentially hospitals going back to COVID-era protocols of postponing or no elective procedures at all because they need to prioritize medications and equipment for the most critically ill patients. Rationing care. And it angers me because this is completely avoidable and completely self-inflicted, and it's going to hurt those who can least stand any suffering, the poorest and the sickest among us. And as a person with a human soul, that bothers me. And I'm doing what I can for myself and my family. If you are able to pick up some extra staples like flour or boxes of cereal, canned goods, rice, dry beans, household cleaners, some over-the-counter medications, just to have like cold meds, Tylenol.
Okay, another week and I'm at another grocery store, and this one, I'm seeing some empty shelves. Let's look. We're seeing some pockets here, and look at this, guys. And what is this? Not too bad in milk, but seeing some emptiness. Drinks are looking a little depleted, but not too much. And the chips aisle as well, some pockets of emptiness. Okay, the baking section, seeing some empty in the sugar and flour. And here's rice, is got a lot of pockets of emptiness, probably people stocking up. Pasta doesn't look too bad yet. And canned items don't look too bad either. Neither does soup. And some pockets in the bread aisle. I mean, there's still a lot, but you're seeing a half-empty shelf right there. So overall, I would not say there are shortages, but it's unusual to see the amount of empty shelves I am, especially 6:30 on a Monday night.
Oh no, it's happening again. Panic buying for toilet paper. Social media is flooded with empty store shelves. People are stocking up on essentials like bottled water, paper towels, and especially toilet paper.
We sold out of toilet paper by 11:30 a.m.
Check out the inside of this Sam's Club. All of the meat is sold out, and there's barely any bottled water left. It's a similar scene inside this Walmart too. It's reminding many of the early days of the pandemic. So what is causing this crazy rush on goods? It's because of the dock workers' strike that has shut down 36 ports in the East and the Gulf Coast. I went to Costco in Wharton, New Jersey, and saw it firsthand. There's even a sign at the door. It says, "We are currently out of stock on paper towels and toilet paper." But Consumer Reports' Brian Vine says there is no need to panic.
No one needs to be panicking about where their next TP is coming from. America makes toilet paper, we do not import it.
DC, I'm getting really tired of going to Lidl and not seeing any chicken, completely empty, only leaving the most expensive food. This is becoming just not doable.
Hey y'all, hey, it is your favorite girl Mel B, and I'm coming to give you the news you can use. Breaking news, prime news. Put your ear to the screen and listen very closely, because we have to come up with a plan. We can't panic and can't live in fear. That means we got to know what to do next. Now hear me when I tell you this. You may feel like it's not a concern to you until I break it down, because you already know I want my sister, brother, cousins to tighten up their wig seatbelts and know what's happening in the United States. Why? Because we live here and we need to be minding the U.S.'s business. Now the last cargo ships without that 155% tariff is heading in right now into the United States, y'all. And you may think, girl, I don't care about no cargo ship because I got a car. Well, guess what? You better be concerned, because this is what it means. They are docking in the U.S. this week, and after this, everything that comes in, clothes, electronics, tools, even your groceries, the stuff that you eat, guess what? Baby, it just got way more expensive, and that right there should catch your attention. China's ports are backed up, honey, and those ships are still sitting. And if you check and go and see about the ports here in the United States, you're going to see that they empty, baby. Empty. And that right there should also concern you. And the great USA, they're dropping 155% import tariff right on those incoming ships that are coming after these. So what does this mean, Mel? It means that your favorite brands and my favorite brands, like dollar store items and also items from Target and Walmart and wherever else you shop, that has to bring in those heavy items for us to buy, that's going to get those import tariffs. The prices are just about to go, what? Up. Now, this is what's going to make you sad, or it should anyway. Our truckers, they're quitting in mass numbers. Why? Because fuel is going up, loads are not available, which means that they are going to be having to find somewhere else to work or another career path. And some of these people have been driving forever. And this is not the first time scares like this has happened. But at the end of the day, in the right now economy that we're in, people are going to start panicking because they want to take care of their families and they have to. Now, what does that mean for us? That means that I gave you a video the other day on shelves having shortages in our retail stores. This right here should be a concern. Support local farmers markets, local businesses. Go ahead and start finding your favorite ones. Google and see what it is available in your area so you can support. And the biggest thing I want to tell my sister, brother, cousins is to always have a plan. That's why I'm telling you to take my class, that SAS class. $37 is going to change the game for a lot of people. We have to start figuring out, if we can't beat them, how are we going to join them? And let me tell you this right here. The money's not going to stop flowing. We're going to have to figure out how to get it. Now, remember, this is not a video as people say, oh, she's trying to post for fear. Nope, I'm trying to warn you so you will be ready. This right here is for preparation. And that's what I want my sister, brother, cousins to be prepared. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to comment. Let's get this information out, because here's the thing. A lot of people may not even know that this is even happening. People are working. People are in their lives. People aren't watching the news. And this may be the very video that may help somebody to get what they need. So go ahead, comment. If you're a small business owner, let's start connecting. Let's go ahead and tag somebody who shops at Walmart or Target. Tag your cousin, share it, do everything you can to get this message out to as many people as we possibly can. It's your girl Mel B. I'm just coming to give you the information that could change your situation so you can be prepared.
This isn't just an American crisis, it's a global one. Around the world, tensions are rising and every conflict affects what ends up on US shelves. Here's what's happening right now. Instability in the Middle East is disrupting major oil routes. Sanctions and trade blockades are slowing down international shipments. Countries are hoarding food supplies instead of exporting them. Rising fuel prices make it more expensive to transport every product. When fuel prices spike, shipping slows. When shipping slows, stores run dry. And because America imports far more than it produces, the impact hits fast and hits hard. Empty shelves aren't random. They're a direct side effect of a world becoming more divided, more unstable, and more unpredictable. Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. Some big corporations are taking advantage of the chaos. When there's a shortage, companies can raise prices without backlash. They blame global issues, but behind the scenes, they shrink product sizes. They cut production to keep demand high. They reduce inventory but increase prices anyway. They prioritize profits over stability. This isn't a conspiracy, it's business strategy, and it's leaving Americans paying more for less while shelves stay patchy and inconsistent. The truth is simple. Shortages are profitable for the people at the top, but painful for the people at the bottom.
Fascism check. Our shelves are about to be empty because our president's putting us in a trade war check. So me and Rumi stocked up on a bunch of non-perishable foods that we are not going to touch, and we're just going to keep away in the back of the cabinet, because the ports have been empty. Our president has literally put us in a trade war, and the ports are empty. Like, not much is coming into the country. There's been a lot of headlines and articles about how the shelves are going to be empty in the next few weeks. I've seen some articles say that it's not food that's going to be empty, because a lot of food is made in the US, but then at the same time, even if the food's made in the US, they need a lot of materials from other countries, particularly China. So my roommate's really savvy, and she is really good at putting together meals in a pinch, on a budget, and she was like, when COVID hit, like, we were so strategic about what we purchased. We made meals last. So we went over to Walmart and we bought a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to show you the stuff that we bought. Well, I'm going to show you the stuff I bought. She bought her own pile, and then we went halves on like a couple items. So here's the stuff we went halvesies on. So we bought 3 bags of lentils and peas. We got red lentils, dried green split peas, and lentils, because it's so easy to make a soup with these. They're very nutritious. They're high in protein. Oh my God, I just realized this bag is ripped. I'm gonna have a panic attack about it. High in protein, high in fiber, low in calories, so they'll be really satiating, and they're shelf stable. We also got this minced garlic and water. We love this stuff because it lasts a super long time. I assume garlic grows in the US. Like, it's not like I'm anticipating we're not gonna have garlic, but I don't know, you know, it lasts a really long time in the fridge. We both have this open, so we were like, I don't know, shit hits the fan, we need our garlic. A lot of the foods that I'm going to be making, I need some sort of bouillon or broth. So I got 2 containers of chicken broth. Honestly, I kind of wish I got more, because on a regular basis, I have like 20 of these in my cabinet. So this is like light. And orzo, because there are a lot of days where I'm just not feeling good. It's hard to get myself to eat. I just need some noodles and broth, and this will do it. But it's really good to get the bouillon cubes and powder, because you can buy a bunch and yield a ton of stock from it. Canned foods are honestly a must. For me, it's canned protein. I need shelf-stable protein. Again, we produce a lot of meat in the United States. Like, we got slaughterhouses, babe. It's the USA. So I don't know. Like, I don't anticipate us not having meat, but just in case, I wanted to get some shelf-stable protein sources. So I did get some cannellini beans. I'm not a big chickpea fan, so I got some cannellini beans. Honestly, I don't even know if I love these, but wait, yes I do. Artichoke hearts, apparently they have 7 grams of protein and 14 grams of fiber, so I was like, word. And I love corn. I already had a bunch of corn, I wanted more corn. Corn is not a good protein source, but it is a good fiber source, and it's very satiating. I also got Spam Light. I like Spam. I like Spam when I like to fry it in the pan, and then I use it for other recipes, which I'll talk about later. You can laugh, you can think it's gross. Spam is super useful. It's not the most amazing source of protein, but like the protein to calorie ratio is not incredible, but it's still something. Good old box of tuna. Tuna is super low calorie, super high protein. I like tuna and water. I will eat just a straight can of this. Do not judge me, babe. I like my cans of tuna. Milk is very important to me. I consume a lot of dairy. I love my milk. Milk is a good source of protein. I love my Fairlife milk, but girl, I don't know if that's gonna be difficult to get. I like the Fairlife milk because it's higher in protein and it tastes really good, even though it's like the lower fat. But shelf-stable milk, I think, is just super important to have, kind of no matter what. Now, you definitely don't want to go buying a bunch of stuff you don't normally eat. Like, you really want to get familiar favorites. However, I wanted to try this, the Goodles Cheesy Mac. I've heard great things. It's high in protein. Like, I'm all for a satiating, easy meal. Along the same lines, these are so cheap. I bought a bunch of these Knorr, I think is the name of the brand, packets, because they're all really good protein. Like, this whole package is 440 calories with 14 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. This whole pack is 440, 14 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. Like, they're all like a instant pasta, right? But here's like a really nutritious way you can ramp them up. add another protein source. So you're gonna make it with milk, which will have protein, and then add some sort of chicken. You can even add some of the beans to it. I probably would add those cannellini beans to it, kidney beans. And then in the fridge, I have a ton of frozen corn and peas. I would just throw all that in there and make it like a really nutritious instant meal. You'll get your protein, you'll get your fiber, you'll get your carbs. Like, it's balanced, babe. I also bought a pack of these. So usually, these are angel hair vermicelli rice noodles. Usually I get a lower calorie version from like H Mart or 99 Ranch Market, whatever it's called. But I assume a lot of that stuff is imported from China, and I don't know what the future of that is. So I grabbed this. This is not a brand I would usually grab, but I really like to make those mason jar noodles, and here's how I would do it in this situation. So I have my noodles. For my protein, I have frozen edamame, or I could do the Spam. I could do the Spam and the frozen edamame, which I would probably do. I would do the frozen peas, the frozen corn for some veg. And then I would use a base. I have a whole thing of miso paste in my fridge. And then I have bouillon broth. That's like a whole meal right there, babe. And all of that lasts in the cabinet, in the fridge and freezer for a really long time. And then I just threw in some instant stuff. I was on the fence with this. It's a Kodiak brownie. I don't know. I've never tried that. And I literally said aloud I shouldn't buy this, but I did. And then I got like a pad thai from Annie Chun's. Sometimes I just want to make something really easy. 490 calories, 15 grams of protein. It's not the most amazing macros, but there is 6 grams of fiber. But I grabbed it, whatever. Then I got a big old case of zero sugar Canada Dry. I love my sodies, girl. If I can't get my sodies, y'all don't want to be around me. I would have liked to get a lot more frozen foods because I do love frozen foods. Unfortunately, our fridge is packed, so I did not. But I still think I have a really good selection here. So I hope this was helpful to anybody who's like, how do I go about buying like food that will last a long time on the shelves? This is how. And this is how you make it nutritious and balanced.
Hey, what's up, America? Donald Trump empty shelves, Walmart. So the Treasury Secretary met with Walmart and a lot of other CEOs of other companies, and they warn if they don't get this China trade war under wraps, that there's going to be empty shelves coming up. They said that shipping at ports is down 45%, and they're looking at a total collapse in shipping from China. And if Trump doesn't do something immediately, then oh no, Walmart's not going to have a whole bunch of shitty products for sale. Same with Target or any other company that gets their shitty products from China. But this does suck. And the reason it sucks is because the United States wasn't prepared for this, because we don't have manufacturing here. And since our companies are so reliant on China, one should see that this is a failure of American company selling out to China and not Donald Trump exposing the fact. Although I do agree the timing and the way this is taking place kinda sucks at. Yes, but nevertheless, this would never be happening if our American companies actually made here in America for the American worker and the American citizen. Instead of that, they took advantage of cheap labor overseas and put their factories there, the American worker, and making us reliant on overseas crap for necessity. So now the shelves are going to be empty if we don't end the trade war. Well, that sounds like a defeatist attitude in my opinion. So will you take the hit at the store knowing that it'll be made in America coming up? Or do you still want your Chinese garbage? You tell me, because whatever.
Look at the store. This is H-E-B. Nobody's paying attention to none of this stuff. Look at the shelves. Oh my God. Nobody paying attention. You got to be shitting me. We Americans don't wake up. This is crazy. Nothing that's going on around here. People need to wake up and pay attention because something is going on and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Hold on, let's go back and look at this bread. Oh my God. Look like you got bread back there. Excuse me, please. That's crazy.
Behind every empty shelf, there's a real human impact. Families drive to multiple stores just to find basic items. Parents struggle to get baby formula or school snacks. Seniors on fixed incomes can't keep up with rising food prices. More people are relying on food banks because the grocery bill has doubled. What used to be a simple weekly routine, grocery shopping, has turned into a stressful hunt for essentials. A country that once fed the world is now struggling to keep its own shelves stocked. That's not just an economic issue, it's a warning that the system is cracking from the inside. Empty shelves might look like a minor inconvenience, but they're not. They're the early warning signs of a system under extreme pressure, a system built on fragile supply chains, overdependence on foreign imports, rising global conflict, and corporate decisions that prioritize profits over people. If America doesn't rethink how it produces, transports, and secures essential goods, this won't stay a temporary problem. This will become the new normal. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. It helps us reach our next milestone and keeps us motivated to break down these issues honestly and directly.